This video was brought to you by Stormberg, a better route planner, MisterGreen, Kempower and Marcus Bil. Yo, what's up? We're now at Circle K Furuset, and today we're going to do 1000 kilometer challenge with BMW i4 M50. So I checked my spreadsheet, my calculations tells me that this car will do it in 10 hours and 20 minutes roughly. So we will take the Swedish route today because fortunately I think the COVID stuff has been slightly improving. So yes, maybe one thing you want to see is that we have the correct tires. We have Pirelli P0. It's 19 inch. Wow, why does it look so where are the stuff here? Okay, it's kind of hard to read there. 245 40 19, and then in the back we have 255 40 19. So 19 inch. This car comes in 18, 19 and 20 inch. So for M50, I think 19 inch is a fair size. Yeah, okay, so the plan now, we are topping up. This is going to show you that we've been preheating the car. The battery should have been slightly preconditioning. We are charging now, charging it up to almost 100% again. And the plan is to drive the Swedish route. So for you guys who don't know, what are we doing here? This is the 1000 kilometer challenge. I created the 1000 kilometer challenge a long time ago to try to finish 1000 kilometer within 10 hours. And then it became a test, but I still call it the 1000 kilometer challenge. So we will see. Well, we can see if we can make it within 10 hours. Can we actually be faster than the calculations? We'll see. But the plan is that we're going to drive all the way down here until Helsingborg, and then we go back again. And then we should do the countdown to 1000 right around here, Tusenfryd. So yes, I've reset the trip now, and we're going to start exactly at 10. And I'll be using eco mode. We have some modes here. I'll be using comfort mode. I don't want to use any Eco Pro Ninja because that might limit the heater and everything. So you just want to drive it on normal mode, try to hammer it of course, and then see how fast we can do it. We are now getting close to Spekeröd with Sweden, and this is pretty cool. So when I was in Norway, for some reason I couldn't find the Ioniq charger at Spekeröd. But at least once I got in Sweden, I could find it. I just had to search for it. And at that point, it showed up as available. So I navigated to it. And then suddenly I got a notification, updated information about the destination. It changed from available to occupied, that specific stall. And then it tells me, huh? How cool is that? I've never seen any car do like that before. We are now at the first starting stop, Ioniq, Spekeröd. Look. Huh? Okay, it's quite windy here, but we arrive at 15%. And the car must have preheated the battery, because we're getting 200 kilowatt hour per hour right now. It's charging like a boss, but I have very limited time here because the next stop is going to be Varberg, just 107 or 117 kilometers away from here. So I just have barely enough time to go to the restroom, and then I think we are good to go. Okay, I'm going to show you one feature here. You see, if you go into the climate menu, okay, and then you have to go to set. In order to preheat, you have to go do all this stuff, right? And then start now. Then you'll preheat. But what you can do is everything in the infotainment. If you press and hold, you can then add to shortcut. I already done it. And that means that you can then swipe. And then you have 4 shortcuts here. And I added this one, which is the preheating. So then it's way easier. So what you have to do is just, if you're here, swipe down, start now, and it will start preheating. Huh? Like a boss. Okay, so based on this consumption, I estimate that the next one, where I will consume 240 watt-hour-kilometer, 107 kilometers, I estimate I need to consume 32%, and we want 10% margin, because if you go lower than 10%, the car will not preheat. We have 43% now. This car is charging like a boss. Look at that. See, 9-minute charging. We got to leave now. Okay, we're on the move now. So, all right. So we arrived with 15%, and we charged at 45%, and it took exactly 10 minutes. And I worked out that the average charging power after charging loss, actual going into the battery, was 142 kilowatt. Wow, that was 10-minute charging stop. I just went to the restroom. I shot a little bit of video. I didn't have time to eat or buy anything. That's fine. I'm IFing right now. So, all right. Next stop will be Varberg. Fortunately, at Varberg, I will have a little bit longer stop there. Maybe 15 minutes, or we'll see. We are now at Varberg at the Ioniq charger, but all the Ioniq chargers were occupied, and then the last one was kaput. So yes, we have to deduct around 3-4 minutes, and then there was 1 minute at the border. So we can just say we deduct 5 minutes then, right? But then at one point we have to stop deducting for Laderstau, because we are getting more and more charging queues at Ioniq over there. The Swedes start getting more and more EVs. We have a Tesla charging here for what? Huh? Why is a Tesla charging here? We have V3 supercharger over there, bro. Okay, anyway, but the lovely ABB charger doesn't show me how fast I'm charging. You see? This is the screen. But in the car's display, I can see that we are getting something like, oh, it was, yeah, look at this. How fast are we actually charging? I have no idea. But it seems to be more than 150 kilowatt. So, all right. Anyway, I have to figure out how much we need and all that. But next stop is going to be, let's see if I can use this. Can we find it? It's going to be Helsingborg here. Okay, here, zoom in. Here, I know it's exactly here, but you see, this is the problem. The Ioniq charger is here, but it's not showing up on the map. Unless I search for it, I guess. Ioniq Helsingborg, I guess. See what happens now. Searching. Wow, it's super slow. Is this BMW tech? No, okay, it might not be called. Okay. Maybe don't give it any. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, I'm gonna show a trick. What we can do is you just search for Ioniq, wait for it to spend a long time. Here, I think it's this one. Is it this one? Oh, no, it. Huh? No. What? No, 9. Okay. We get to this map. Then what you do is you just go here, see? Now, for some reason, after we do the search, then suddenly this appears. Huh? Isn't that weird user experience? And it was showing 100, okay, 150, that's it. Yeah, so, okay, now I just have to calculate how much we need. How fast are we charging? Oh, look at this. I think this is quite fast. I wonder if we get 175 kilowatt or over 150 kilowatt from this charger, because the voltage on this pack is At this moment, it might be over 400, 410 maybe. Wow, I look at this one, and based on the charging screen, at least the charger delivered 150 kilowatt average for the first 10 minutes, roughly. That is still very fast. We've been charging for 19 minutes. I just went to the restroom and I don't know, we've just been sitting around here not too long. Still haven't had any food. So we're almost good to go. I calculated I need 65% with almost 10% margin. So it's still, right now it's charging at something that looks like around 80, 90 kilowatt, which is still decent. So all right, let's leave at exactly 65%. Roughly 20-minute charging stop then. We are on the run again, and now we are finally in the 120 zone. And I gotta say, man, even when running at barely legal speeds here, it is so nice and quiet here. Oh. This is what it's all about when you buy BMW and not a Tesla. So, all right, consumption is a bit high, or yeah. But okay, anyway, it's windy outside. I can feel like it's jogging on the, on the steering wheel. But one thing I have to tell you guys is that the steering auto steer here is a little bit like a drunken. I was about to say a drunken Swede, but a drunken German. So it tends to jerk a little bit. And I was struggling a bit earlier when I had sun in my face. Now it's slightly better. So yeah, but it's okay, it's okay. Whoa, we are now on the noisy part. This is the concrete surface. It's like the ultimate test. So we are now cruising at 130-ish. There's a little bit of a miss. Yeah, it's not really 130 over here, but there's a little bit of rumbling, but not that bad. I've heard way worse. Again, in a Tesla or in a Polestar, it would be really loud. But of course, in EQS, it's more quiet. But I believe that even in the iX3, it's also more quiet. But I didn't do the iX3 on this route. But this is highly acceptable. We are getting close to Helsingborg, and we have 12% battery left, and I estimate that we will consume 300 watt per kilometer. Well, we have 299 and we have 7.7 kilometers away. Wow, I estimated this like a ninja. We are now at Helsingborg, and this is starting to become a problem because we get more and more Swedish EVs on the roads. Mainly with the introduction of Volvo and ID4. You see, I was lucky to get a stall here. But fortunately, Ioniq, they're finally adding 2 more stalls. So in not too long, we will have less Laderstau over here. But okay, so I arrive here with 9%. And we are getting, it's slightly Colgate this time. Because I heard that if you don't have, if you have lower than, how is it again? If the car estimates that you will arrive with less than 10%, then it won't preheat the battery. And that's what might be what we see here. We're supposed to get 200 kilowatts, and now we're Colgating. Shit. So it's been a long time now since I went to Sweden, and man, have I been waiting for this. Yes, double French hot dog penetration. Well, you have 42% already. Well, here's the rain that's advertised. But I'm going to show you something cool. If you go to this info here, you try to switch the content, adaptive content, the same screen you see trip data. Adaptive content will change based on certain stuff. And if you then put the car in sport mode, sport boost, whatever. Okay, come on. Then we have to just wait for it to disappear. I'm not sure I can press home button, but let's just wait for it. Oh, it lasts way too long, this thing here. Look, now we suddenly see Newton meter, the torque, the horsepower, the RPM at 130-ish, 126 real speed. And we see the 45 degrees Celsius. I was like, oh, is that battery temperature? No, it's actually the motor temperature, 44. So I'm gonna show something. If you hammer it, it goes up quite fast. You see? This is an indication that it's the stator, most likely. It's not the battery. The battery doesn't heat up or cool down that quickly. But it's quite cool that you have this display. We are almost at Varberg now, and this time we're going deep, 5% deep, no problem. We're almost there in 2 kilometers. But I heard that the Ioniq chargers are fully occupied again. Let's see how it goes. All right, let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, the last one is kaput. Well. What? MG? OMG? The heck? We are back again at, what's it called again, Varberg? Yes. So, I guess we just have to get used to this, that we come right here. This time I didn't lose any time over there, at least, trying the kaput charger. So yeah, you can see it from here. See, I'm going Ninja. You can see that there's the blue light there. Blue means occupied. Or niche fly. Yeah, niche fly. So, well, here we are. This is brilliant BMW parking. You see? That's the way you have to park to get access to the BMW Drivers Club. So, we seem to be charging fairly fast, so this car really shines when it comes to preheating and all that, and we are not cold gating at all. You see, the speed we're getting here, I'm not sure how fast we're charging, but it could look like 160 kilowatt based on the voltage and everything. So I was trying to decide where the next stop will be, and I wonder if we will go back to Spekerød. That's probably the best deal. Yeah, otherwise if you want to skip that one and go to Strømstad, it would be a little bit too far. So one thing also that impresses me is that the consumption for this trip is 273. It is lower than when I did the consumption test earlier, but then we had wet road and today we have mostly dry road. So I can show that in the last leg now. Oh, it reset. Oh shit. I forgot to tell you something. I made a mistake because when I was driving, I was supposed to switch between since last charge and individual here. But then I misclicked and I clicked here. And if you click here, it will instantly reset individual. So you see that this is a total trip, but it includes from my home, which is about 2 kilometers extra. So the 999 is okay, roughly there, right? But 666 roughly, but since individual is now 242 because I reset it by accident, there should be a warning or a confirmation if you click this one. It should come up here. Are you sure you want to reset? And then you have to click yes, not just reset. People in the live stream here, they agree that it's bad user experience to just reset it without any confirmation. But okay, so we only need around 45% again, just like last time, and then we are off. to Spekerud. We are on the move again, and we have to try the Ioniq sound by Hans Zimmer. Okay, so we charge for 14 minutes and we receive around 33 kilowatt hour or something. But I calculated that we charge, the average speed on this session was roughly 140 kilowatts. We've been getting very consistent charging speeds throughout this trip. Oh, I just came. Dankeschön, Hans Zimmer. We are back at Spekerud, charging up, but we came here with 9%, and the car, the battery might be slightly Colgating, because now when we plugged in, even after 2 minutes, we are getting only 150 kilowatts. But it shouldn't take too long before it ramps up to 200 kilowatt hour per hour. But okay, so regular stuff. This time I have to go a little bit further. I can show you that soon, but oof. It was dry here this morning. Now it is wet. So that means that I have to expect higher consumption versus this morning. Ooh. So yeah, I guess I'll do some calculation again. So next stop is 117 kilometers away. And how much do we need to charge? Well, I'm gonna show you how I calculate. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So this car doesn't tell me how many % I have at arrival. Some people on LiveSave claims that, no, you have to do this, you have to do that. I tried it. They apparently look at the way it works in the iX, but this is the i4, and apparently the software in the i4 and the iX is not the same. The inconsistency is here, yes. So I wonder if the iX even has this display or not, but okay. So based on 117 kilometers and based on my gut feeling based on this, I would expect that on the next leg we will have as much as 310 watt-hour per kilometer. So what we have to do is take 310 watt-hour per kilometer and then multiply by the distance, 117, and then we get, this is the amount of energy we need. And then I know we have 79 kilowatt-hour net capacity, so then I know that we need to spend 46%. So I think I should charge with 55%, maybe even 60 to be sure, because stuff usually happens in the evening. And also on this leg, after Göteborg, where it was slower, suddenly we have to go way faster. Yeah, Göteborg was down here. So this stretch is usually tricky. We have some uphills, it might be wet and shit. So maybe to be sure, we can just go 60%, because it seems like every time we arrive with slightly lower state of charge, the battery does not get enough juice to preheat, and then we cold get. So how much time are we actually losing now? It could be 1 or 2 minutes. So yeah, let's go for 60%. All right, it seems like we need to charge for about 20 minutes. So yeah, soon enough we will reach 60%. We are now at Strömstad. This is the last charging stop, and we have done 890 kilometers. We have to do 110 more kilometers, but we already passed the 9-hour mark. How slow or how fast is this going to be? I don't know. It's going to rain for the rest of the trip, roughly, which means consumption is going to be slightly higher. We are slightly cold getting also, not receiving the 200 kilowatt we're supposed to get, but still, okay, I estimate we need to stay here maybe just 10 more minutes. Every charging stop has been so quick now, so let's just finish it and then go for the 999. We are back in Norway now, so yes, the entry was quite easy. there was a police. He just asked me. It was based on trust. He asked me, "Are you fully vaccinated?" I said yes, because most people in Norway, they are in fact fully vaccinated. So they don't want to waste the time checking something that is already there, most likely. And then he just want to see the registry. I had to register. You have to go to Reg Entry Norway to register your arrival, and I did that at the previous charger at Strømstad. So I just showed the QR code, and he didn't even scan the QR code. And then he was mostly interested in police, border police. He was interested in the car. He said, "Oh, you have some cameras." I said, "Yeah, well, yes." And he was like, "Well, are you a journalist or something?" Car test? I said, "Yeah, so I'm a YouTuber." I said, "Okay, cool." And then he started asking about the car. You know, he's like, "Yeah." So I said, "Yeah, this is the BMW i4." He said, "Oh, okay. How much grunt does it have? How much oomph does it have?" I said, "Well, it's a dual motor, 544 horsepower." I was like, "Oh, it's nice." And then I said, "But it's heavy." And he said, "Okay, how heavy is it?" 2,400 kilos. He's like, "Oh, that's heavy." I said, "Yes, a lot heavier than a Tesla." And he said, "Well, you need a lot of oomph then." I'm like, "Yeah." He was more interested in the car than in me, really, or in my trip. I was like, "Okay." And then he saw we had cars coming from behind, and then he let me go. So that's it. That's the entry of Norway. So I think I might do I might go to Sweden with the iX also. We'll see. But now, back to the mission. I think I lost only I think around 2 minutes. So if we would deduct anything, it would be roughly 7 minutes. That's it. This is it. 7 minutes past 8, we have hit the 10-hour mark, and we are still at 967 kilometers. Okay, yeah, I know we should deduct 2 kilometers, but that's fine. So we need to do another 32 kilometers. Come on, go, 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 Beamer or Beaver. All right, we're gonna do the countdown. 9990, 9991, 9992. Come on, Beaver. 9993. Flex those teeth. 9995. Oh, I skipped one. Okay, whatever. 9995. I wasn't paying attention. I was watching the road. 9996. 9997. 9998. 9999. 9999. 1000. Woohoo! 1000. Time. 824 minus 1015. 1015. Oh, 1015. Wow. All right, let's get back to Oslo. But wait a minute. We have 19% left. It's actually way too much. So I did this for convenience, because you see we have to drive some distance to back to Oslo. So instead of counting down with 2% left and then having to stop at some charger to juice up just so I can go home, it's more convenient to charge a little bit extra. And I counted that when we were charging at 100 kilowatt towards 57%, 58% when I left, it actually means that we charge 5 minutes extra just for convenience. So I'm actually going to deduct 5 more minutes just for convenience. So it's going to be 10 hours and 10 minutes. I don't know if you guys agree. I think that's fair and square. Okay, we are back home now. So, how did this car do it against the other cars then? Well, 10:10 is a very decent time. You can see it, okay, it almost beat Ioniq 5, but the Ioniq 5 was actually done in summer. Yeah. EV6 was done in, well, it was November, so it's almost winter. So, and the driving condition today is also, you know, kind of winter-ish, but we had dry roads. So what I'm guessing is that if we would do the trip in summer, then this i4 should be able to do it in around 950. That's my best guess. And then if you go for the rear-wheel drive, then it should be more efficient. And then we should be getting maybe even 5-10 minutes faster. I'm not sure, because we do have very nice and fast charging speed here, 200 kilowatt. But again, it's not Taycan speed. So, but still, my point is that as long as you have cars that can do 1,000 kilometer challenge in 10 hours, this one almost did the challenge, you know, if we can count it as a challenge, then my opinion is that it is already good enough. like I had to stress it. I have to do more stops and shorter stops just to get the best time. But if I would travel with family or just chill, I will probably just charge to about 90%, and I might arrive 5-10 minutes slower, but that would be very convenient and comfortable. And this car is very comfortable. It's silent, and actually the seats are great. I've been sitting here. I've been driving 2,300 kilometers for the past few days, just doing lots of tests, and I don't feel butthurt. So that's how good these seats are. They have perfect firmness, perfect support, without being too hard, because German cars, they tend to have a little bit too hard too hard seat for my taste. But this one is just me. I'm just, you know, remember I'm Bjørn. So if you ordered an i4 and you're not sure whether you should go for it or not, go for it. You're gonna love it. I love it. It's a little bit thirsty, but that's the name of the game. So anyway, I think that's gonna be it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, thank you for watching, and talk to you later.